Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about functions. Alright, so a function looks something like this. Now you might be familiar with seeing something that looks like this. So instead of y equals, we have f of x equals. Now essentially we've just replaced y with f of x. So here we have f is our function. And the function has an input and an output. Now the input of the function is x, and the output of the function is 2x plus 1. Now the input of this function, x, is also known as a variable. This is because the value of x in the function varies. It can change. If we put a value into the function, that will be our input, and then whatever we get out will be our output. For example, let's say we want to find the value of the function when x is equal to 5. Then we'd have f of 5 is equal to 2 times 5 plus 1. So everywhere there's an x, we replace it with a 5. So this will give us 10 plus 1, which is 11. Every function has a domain and a range. So the domain is the set of values that go into the function, that take the input value, and the range is the set of values that come out of the function, so are the output values. Let's sketch the graph of f of x is equal to x squared. So the domain is the set of values that we put into the function. So that will be the values of x we put into the function. So the values of x that the function takes in are all the values of x, all the way from minus infinity to positive infinity. So the domain here will be all the values from minus infinity to positive infinity. So the range of this function will be the values of the output, so it will be the values of x squared. So the values x squared take are all above 0, but also including 0. So the range here will be 0 to infinity, positive infinity. Now this square bracket represents that we're including 0. If we look at the graph of f of x is equal to sine x, here we only have part of the graph. This graph carries on and on, repeating both this in this direction and in this direction here. So the domain of this function is all the values of x that the function takes in, which is, again, it's all values of x. Because this graph repeats itself again and again and again, it means that every value of x can go into the function. So again, the domain will be from negative infinity to positive infinity. The range is the values that the function outputs. So the outputs of the function are between -1 and 1. That's where the graph alternates between 1 and -1. So the range in this case is between -1 and 1. We can also write this as -1 f of x 1. So sine x only takes values between -1 and 1.